Hey everyone, so this is going to be my 2016 wrap-up of all of my products that I have really grown to love either over the past few months or really through the entire year, honestly. So this is just my my products that I've really been enjoying, so I hope you enjoy the video. So because I'm that person, yes, I did make a spreadsheet. Made a spreadsheet of all of the products that I have to share with you guys. And yes, I made notes. And they're color-coded. I know, I'm weird. Alright, so let's just get started. So I have them broken up into categories. So I have face, eyes, and lips. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with face. So the first thing that I have is foundation. And I have been, this is a rediscovered favorite. I've been enjoying this over the past, I would say, at least 3 months. And it is the It Cosmetics CC Cream SPF 50. My shade is in medium. With this foundation, I'm wearing this today. With this foundation, it gives good coverage. It gives a natural finish, but it's not matte. It's not totally matte, but it's not super dewy either, so it's kind of like a semi-matte. The other thing I love about it is it has a pump. I'm all about foundations with pumps. They just work better for me. And overall, this foundation is great. I have oily skin, and so I find that this actually stands up really well. I don't feel like it breaks down a ton. Throughout the day, I feel like it stays put quite well for at least 12 hours, which is amazing, honestly, for a foundation, for me personally, because my skin is oily. I just find that this works really, really well. So it's an amazing foundation. The price is $38, I believe, and I get mine at Ulta. I know that they sell them on QVC. If you get them on QVC, you can also, I think, sometimes get a brush with it. And of course, you can shop on the It Cosmetics website. But yeah, I just feel like it just lasts so well for me that I've been enjoying this a ton. So this is probably one of my favorite products. The next, I kind of went backwards. So I'm going to actually backtrack and go to face primer. So the face primer that I have been loving and I have used really, I think, throughout most of the year is the CoverGirl True Blend face primer. I have this in the oily skin version, and they also have this in combo and dry. I love this. I feel like this, because it is specifically for my oily skin, I feel like this really just prepares the skin, sets it, and almost mattifies it. I really believe that it does that job before applying foundation. I just feel like it's just amazing, and it's not greasy. It doesn't have that slick, like, silicone-y feeling. The texture of it is kind of, it's got a liquidy texture, but it's not that greasy texture, if that makes any sense. So I really love the fact that the texture it clings to the skin. It's a little bit tacky, but it's not at all sticky, and it dries really quick. So I love this so much. This is, I believe, I want to say $5. You can get this at Ulta, or I also have found this in CVS. So this is actually my second tube of this, and I'm actually almost done with it. So I love this Number 3 for the face category is a couple of blushes. So it was a tie, honestly. And one I've used throughout the fall months, and the other one I've used throughout, I guess, spring and summer. So the first one, I'll just start with fall. So the first one that I really love is the e.l.f. Studio Blush in Blushing Rose. So there's a look at the color. It's this dusty rose with the slightest bit of shimmer, and it's gorgeous. To me, I feel like when I have this on, it gives that look of you just got done with the workout, or it just gives this healthy, kind of luminous, well, not luminous, but just kind of healthy glow to your skin. So I love this so much, and to be honest with you, the e.l.f. line is amazing. Their studio line, I believe, is $3, so this blush is $3. And the pigmentation is awesome. Let me just swatch it for you. So there's a look at the shade. That is probably that's a couple of passes in the blush and then onto my hand. But you guys, that is some pretty darn good pigmentation for the price. That's why I love this line so much, is because their products are pigmented, but they're at a really cheap price. I love it. So it's awesome. So that's the first one. And this one I've been wearing throughout the entire fall season. So I love this. Okay, and then the one that I've been wearing for the spring and summer months is the Milani Rose Powder Blush in Romantic Rose. There's a look at the compact. This, and I've said this before, this is an interesting blush because as you look at it in the pan, you wouldn't think it's anything special. You would think that it's, maybe a barely there kind of blush. It maybe wouldn't show up because it doesn't look like it would show up very much, right? Because the shade is like this neutral pink. And honestly, when I looked at this in the store and I bought it, I was that skeptic of, well, I don't know if it'll show up. And you guys, it's amazing. It gives this healthy, again, another blush that gives kind of a healthy glow to your skin. There's a look at the shade. I just think this is so pretty, and it's perfect for a natural just tone. Like if you have a smoky eye, this is a great blush to pair with that. I just think that's amazing. The shade is so gorgeous. This is another blush that gives that almost lit from within glow. And this is just gorgeous. So I love this. So I wore this pretty much all through the spring and summer months. Next in the face category is brow gel. Alright, so this was a kind of a new find toward probably I would say spring to summer. Emily from Emily Noel 83, she turned me on to, because I was looking for a good brow gel, and she turned me on to the NYX Control Freak brow gel. I have it in my brows today. You guys, this is awesome. I love this. So here's a look at the applicator. The gel is clear, obviously. And what I love about this is, first of all, when you take it out of the tube, you don't get a ton of product on there. You get just enough. And I love that because, you know, there's some brow gels that you take out of the tube and they're just stuck with a ton of product. And what I love about this is that you don't get a lot of product. You get exactly what you need. And as you run it through your brows, and then as it sets, it's not, it doesn't flake off and it doesn't come off in those annoying little like clumps. And it keeps my brows in place. I have unruly brows and it seriously keeps my brows in place all day. This is a fantastic brow gel. So I love this. This is awesome. So it's one of those that it's one of those that kind of threw me for a loop in the fact that how good it is, because the price, I think it's like $6. So that was really good. So I love that concealer. So much. I have been wearing this since, I think I bought this in probably the spring months. So it's the Fiona Styles Full Cover Perfect Finish. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Full Cover Perfect Finish Concealer. I have the Peach Corrector. I do have this under my eyes today. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. So that's what the product looks like. I have used a ton of this. I don't know if you can tell how much of a dip I have in this, but I've used this a lot. And what I love about this is that it's a creamy consistency. I love the coverage because it is full coverage, but it's not so thick. It's not this thick concealer. It's this thinned out, creamy concealer that does present full coverage. And it's one of those that once you set it, obviously, with a powder, it stays put. I don't notice that it gets into the little crevices and creases up. I don't notice that at all. And for my oily skin, this area sometimes gets a little bit oily, and it handles that well. I think this is a great concealer. So it's one of those that has good coverage. It's creamy. I have to be careful with the word hydrate, but I feel like it almost hydrates because I don't know, I just feel like it hydrates maybe a little bit. And then the other thing is it stays put. So this is a great concealer. I love this. Now the price is kind of high. I think it's about $25. And currently Fiona Styles is only sold at Ulta, but I love this concealer. It's amazing. Finishing powder. So for setting powder for the entire face is the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Plus Perfecting Loose Powder. I think I've utilized this all year, truthfully. So it is this white powder. But what I feel like it does for my oily skin, I feel like it obviously sets, of course, but I feel like it keeps the oil just down a little bit. Like, it doesn't totally mattify my face, but it keeps the oil at bay. So what's coming through is this kind of glow-ish. Of course, now it's dependent on what foundation you use with it, but since I've been using the IT Cosmetics foundation like today, and I set my face with this powder, I feel like it allows that glow to come through without it being totally a flat face as far as it being matte. So that's one thing I love about it. The other thing is it leaves my skin just feeling not that like, oh, I have to take my makeup off because I feel like an oil slick. which I think there's another product that I'll talk about in a second that I think is also helping with that. But I love this so much. So this is a great powder. Product in the face category is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mist. This was a new one for me. Once again, Emily turned me towards this because I found myself needing a setting spray. And this, you guys, is amazing. It, first of all, has this like rose flowery scent, but it's a sweet scent. So first of all, I love the scent. Second, this works so amazing. So this is what I use to finish my makeup today, and all I do is I spray 3 sprays up in the air and just let it fall. That way I don't get too much, because if you do it straight on, you can get a ton of product. I've done that before. Just spray it, so turn the bottle up and spray 3 sprays and just let it fall on your face. I love this. This does so much for my oily skin. I feel like it helps the oil stay kind of at bay, but it keeps my makeup looking fresh well into the evening. There was a day where I had makeup on for, I believe, 14 hours, and honestly, I felt like it looked pretty much the same as it did that morning. So, and I think this is one of the things that helped with it. So I love this so now much. We're gonna move on to the eyes category. So, first is the eye primer that I've been using. So I've been using this probably all year, and I'm coming to the end of it just because of the packaging issue. So it is the Maybelline Long Lasting Eye Base. So first of all, I love the product because it, I think, is right up there with Lorac, and when Too Faced Shadow Insurance had a good formula, I feel like it's right up there with that. The only thing, and you've heard me say this before if you've watched any of my favorites videos, that the packaging is a problem, I believe, because you cannot get every ounce of this out. I feel like if it was in a squeezy tube, you would be able to get everything out because you'd be able to cut the bottle. Well, this is plastic. There's no way you can get all the product out. So, but I wanted to show you the applicator. So that's what the applicator looks like. It's kind of pinched in on the sides, which I think works great for getting into just because your eyes are tiny. So I feel like getting up on the lid with this kind of an applicator works great. And it doesn't make my eyeshadows crease. It lasts all day long. Doesn't make my eyelids greasy. I truly love this, with the exception of the packaging issue. So that is really my only, I guess if you want to say, a complaint. But I really do love this. So, and it's a great price. Eyeshadow, this is kind of an interesting thing. So this this palette, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I bought this, oh gosh, probably as it got into, right as it got into fall, I believe I bought this. This is gorgeous, you guys. So here's a look at the palette if you have not seen it yet. I love this. So you probably can tell which of the shades I've utilized the most. I feel like this is a great fall palette because it's got kind of those rusty, like this rusty kind of brownish orange. I don't know. These two colors just remind me of leaves. But so I feel like it takes a very warm tone, but these shadows, you guys, if you've never tried Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows, you totally need to. This is an amazing palette. Every shade in here is pigmented. They're not powdery. As far as, I mean, you do, of course, they kick up a little bit of dust, but they're not, like, if you dip your brush in, there's not powder flying everywhere. But I love, every shade in here is just gorgeous. Honestly, my personal favorite shade is this antique bronze shade right here. This is gorgeous. I love this shade. So I feel like this is a great staple palette to have. And honestly, even though it looks like I barely used it, you guys, I've used this palette so much. So this is a wonderful palette. This palette is available again at Ulta. I don't know about Sephora, but I do know that it's back in stock on Ulta's website and I believe still in store. So if you can get your hands on it, it's an amazing palette. Last thing for the eyes category is mascara. So, interesting thing about this mascara. I got this in my influencer box. I think I got this in my influencer box. So, this is the Target, let's see, Max Factor X Masterpiece Max High Volume Definition Mascara in Velvet Black. So Target sells this. I'm wearing this today. I really like this. I've only worn it for the past probably, I'd say 2 months. So here is a look at the applicator. It's just a traditional wand. The bristles are, they're traditional bristles. I love how tiny the wand is because it's not huge, right? And I feel like you can really get in there. You can really wiggle it up there and get a lot of volume and definition. I feel like this, so I have to curl my lashes, and I feel like this holds the curl pretty well. I wouldn't say that it lasts all day long as far as holding the curl, but I feel like for part of the day it really utilizes that. I feel like the volume is good. I can get a lot of volume from this. My lashes are already pretty long, but I do feel like it adds maybe a tiny bit more length. The big factor I find in this is that it just adds a lot of volume. So this is a really good mascara. I'm actually almost done with it. But yeah, this is a pretty good mascara. So for the lips category, I just have 2 things. So the first one is the NARS Satin Lip Pencil in Rakugian. I've worn this most of the year. And this is what it's down to now. This is a really pretty color. It's natural. It's kind of that My Lips But Better shade. It's really, really pretty. I'll try and let's see if I can give you a swatch. So there's a look at the shade. Isn't that pretty? I just think it's this gorgeous kind of medium pink rose shade with maybe a little bit of mauve. I just think this is gorgeous. So this is a really great lipstick. So this is obviously the sample size. I can't remember how much this is at Sephora, but the last product so much is in the lips category is the Too Faced La Matte in Sorry Not Sorry. looks like such. I'll give you a swatch. So I picked this up when Ulta did their 21 days of beauty steals. There's a look at the shade. I think this is a really pretty color for fall. It's got this, it's nude, but it's a nude peach color, but it's a deeper, if you notice, it's this deeper nude that really looks great, I think, in the fall, honestly. I just think that it adds a deeper, it's a deeper peach. I think it leans a little brown. I feel like there's maybe a tiny bit of brown in there. I just feel like it's an everyday color, obviously. I feel like it's maybe a little bit moisturizing. The longevity of this, I feel, is maybe, like, if I'm not eating or drinking anything, is probably, I'd say 4 hours. If I'm eating and drinking, then that takes that longevity down to probably 2 or 3. But nevertheless, this is a great lipstick. And then I forgot to mention, for the NARS Satin Lip Pencil for longevity, again, if I'm not eating or drinking anything, I feel like it lasts for about 4 to 6 hours. If I am eating and drinking, then that longevity goes down quite a bit. Probably to, I'd say, well, maybe that is everything from my 2016 product wrap-up. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun planning to do this video. So once again, I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day. Happy New Year. I'm shooting this on December 31st, but probably by the time you see this, it will be 2017. So here's to 2017. I hope you have a great year and a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.